listening to kHEN LP 106.9 FM, Salida, Colorado. kHEN is a volunteer-supported community radio station and media platform committing to building community through programming, education, and engagement. Well, good morning, Salida. I'm Jim Lofgren, and I just pirated this radio show. I'm excited to have a band called Lady. They're from Telluride. They're playing Rose Fest tonight. It starts at 6. I'm so excited to have them in here. It's like, oh my gosh. Man, the Lady consists of Kathleen, Hooper, and Aubrey Mable. Man, their vocals, you will be amazed. And I'm going to read something off their Spotify. Uplifting sound. Let's see, ethereal harmonies, musical warmth, meaningful lyrics. Find inspiration in the beauty of the outdoors as they draw influences from artists like Maggie Rogers, Rising Appalachia, Joseph and Trevor Hall. They've played with Leon, Joseph, Rising Appalachia, Joy Olegdokum, Emily Scott Robinson, the National Parks, and Morgan Saint. Man, I want kHEN listeners, let's give Lady a very warm welcome to the studios. Yeah!
We'll pretend everyone is clapping.
Welcome, Kathleen and Aubrey. How are you? Welcome to Salida.
Thank you.
We're so happy to be here.
Man, I am excited about this Rose Fest. This is really cool.
Yeah, it's funny. I was texting with Julia yesterday who, put everything together for this Rose Fest that's happening tonight, and she said, I didn't mean to make it such an elaborate event, but I'm pretty excited about it.
It's psyched. It's really cool arts. We got Lady, we got Tiffany Christopher, and then Julia Rose Studios. Man, you guys are in for a treat tonight. And you can't ask for a better backdrop of IW, the stage by the river.
I mean, the Arkansas singing harmonies with us tonight.
Exactly.
No joke. How did you guys get into music? And I'll let you guys decide who wants to go first.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Kat.
Okay. Wow, I've come from a very musical family, and both my parents sing. My sisters and I all grew up singing together, and I took piano lessons as a child, and then it moved really into the vocals for me, and musical theater and a cappella, and it's been something that I've loved. It's been a passion of mine, and so my history with it runs very deep. So lots of family sing-alongs and out by the campfire, and I went to summer camp, and there was always singing, and it's just something that I've enjoyed forever.
And did you go to a school to learn more about music, or you just self-taught? You're just talented. It's
well,
natural.
I did have some really beautiful teachers along the way. I never went to school for music, but I had some wonderful teachers in high school and right out of college, and then just encouragement and lots of practice.
And your vocal harmonies, I mean, that took a lot of practice to get that type of perfection in.
Thank you.
You guys blend so well together.
Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We have very unique voices, and yet when they come together, they can really blend and sound like one.
That's awesome.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And I was in choir in elementary school, and my mom was the cantor at our church growing up, so she had a guitar in her bedroom, and when I was in the 7th grade, I was just really curious about learning guitar, so picked it up, started teaching myself, and really picked it up pretty quickly, and just it was a way for me to start to express myself and express my feelings, and I started writing songs in high school, but never did any musical theater or anything really beyond just singing in my bedroom. And then throughout college, I sang at bars, and I never thought that this was something that I could actually do for a living, right? And I'm so grateful that I met Kathleen, and that this kind of just all happened really organically, that we got together and started playing music on the streets, and then progressed to venues, and now beyond.
The universe just opened up.
Yeah.
Opportunities.
Absolutely,
It's
yeah.
meant to be.
Totally.
Man, just go with the flow. I'm excited, man. What kind of musical influences throughout your life? I mean, what led you to this direction of type of music?
I grew up on James Taylor and Chicago and the Beatles and lots of like light rock and roll, but really campfire music. And my parents loved Kenny Loggins. But I have always been influenced by a lot of different genres, whether it's folk or pop or rock and blues. I fell in love with women with large voices, and those have been some of my bigger influences. Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, all of those beautiful, powerful, big sounds. And harmony is my favorite thing, not only in music, but one of my principles in life and one of the values that I live by. And it just makes everything brighter. It makes everything sound more full. So that's really where my passion has lied in songwriting.
And I'm impressed with your songwriting, and a lot of it's that you write about the beauty of nature and things like that. Listening to your songs this morning and then the past few weeks leading up to it, I'm really impressed with your songwriting abilities. That's something I've never grew up with, so I admire people that can write poetry and write songs. It's like, that's a talent in itself. You know, a lot of songwriters don't play music much, and that's all they do. But to do both of them, I'm really impressed, and your music's outstanding.
Thank you.
I would say Mother Nature is our biggest inspiration, and being in nature is where we feel most aligned to a higher power. And also I think, look around. There's so much beauty, and there's inspiration around us everywhere we look. So I feel so grateful that we get to live in this beautiful state where it's never ending. And Kathleen and I met in New Zealand when we were juniors in college studying abroad, and that was part of both of our choices to go and study there. Was we wanted to be somewhere where the nature was, limitless, and we could go just get lost in it every weekend.
It's so easy to decompress and just get on a trail and just be next to the river or the mountain. 20 miles up the hill, we got ski hills. So
Yeah.
It's like this is the best of both worlds.
It's the best.
Wonderful.
And just to get on the bicycle and be with nature is how I kind of do it. But would you like to play something for the audience?
Sure.
I love that.
That'd be awesome.
I'm excited.
This is a song that we like to start most of our sets with because it's pretty grounding. It's a reminder to all of us that we have our breath, and that is the one thing that can always bring us back to the present moment is our breath. And after these last couple years of just, a lot of weird stuff going on.
Isolation.
It's
losing your breath.
One thing that we feel really grateful for is having our breath. So this is a song called Lean In. If you're listening right now, why don't you just take a big inhale into this. I've been losing my mind way too easily. I've been blind to things I usually see. Bending over backwards, trying not to break. Bending over backwards, does anybody feel the same? Lean in, breathe in, you're alive. morning, pack up our things and go. Coffee's getting colder, we better hit the road. Breathe in, you're alive. Breathe in, you're alive. I'm alive, you're alive, we're alive, come on. I'm alive, you're alive, we're alive. I'm alive, you're alive, we're alive, come on. I'm alive, you're alive, we're alive. I'm alive, you're alive, we're alive, come on. I'm alive, you're alive, we're alive. I'm alive, you're alive, we're alive, come on. I'm alive, you're alive, we're alive. I'm alive, you're alive, we're alive, come on. I'm alive, you're alive, we're alive. I'm alive, you're alive, we're alive. I'm alive, you're alive. Lean in, breathe in, you're alive. Lean in, breathe in, you're alive.
Wow. Thank you. That is such beautiful music.
Oh, thanks,
Oh
Jim.
my. And that was called Breathe.
That one's called Lean In.
Lean in.
Lean in, breathe in. We're doing it. We're alive.
And you had a brand new release today called The
Yes.
Divide. I was looking at that. I was listening to it this morning, and about a month ago you had Terracotta Canyon.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
I was
right.
listening to that this morning, and it really spoke to me. And also the song Rise. It's like I had to go back and play that again. It's a really nice song.
Love to hear it.
We've been so excited to have so much music in the queue. We've been writing a lot, and with me, I live in Telluride, and Kathleen actually lives in Denver. So having a long distance bandship as a duo has certainly been a challenge that we're learning and still continuing to learn how to navigate. So it's been really nice to be able to, finally get together, get these songs recorded, start putting some new stuff out. And this is a fun fact. I don't think we told you this beforehand, but a good friend of ours, his name is Jeremy, he has a cabin back near St. Elmo, and we were down here in November of last year, and we recorded our next album in his cabin. We came up with our friend Shell, who's an amazing producer, and we built this studio from scratch in his cabin, and there was just such beautiful energy from the collegiate peaks and the surrounding, just everything. It was amazing, and we're really excited to be putting that out later this year.
Do you have a release yet? A date yet for it?
No, we don't have a date yet, but
I'm excited.
we're excited too.
We're very excited.
We're just trying to navigate that and figure that out with some live shows surrounding the release and all of the back end stuff on the business side of things for the release. So later this year, if I had to throw out a month, it's probably going to be October.
Are you going to release it on CDs and LPs or anything? Vinyl?
Probably CDs. Vinyl right now is really challenging just with the supply chain and we released our debut album last April and tried to get some vinyls going, and it was going to be like a 9-month lead time for that.
Very expensive.
And very expensive. So if anyone wants to sponsor the the production of the vinyls,
Yeah, totally.
we'll happily take a donation. But
We get a fundraiser
but
going.
yeah, as of right now, no plans for vinyl, but perhaps that will change in a little bit. And CDs, I don't know. Does anyone listen to CDs anymore?
I'm still in CD mode.
Okay,
Though I
love
do
it.
stream. I got Bluetooth all over, connected to all my stereos in the house. I do that, but I like having a hard copy.
I love it.
Plus, when in my car, I can take a CD and.
There we
my
go.
car.
A lot of people don't have CD players in their cars anymore. I still do.
I
but-
sadly don't.
Yeah.
It was funny when we were getting CDs printed for Gold, which was our album that came out last April. I realized in that moment I don't have a way to play
play this
CDs.
album?
I don't have. There's no CD-ROM thing in my computer. I don't have one in my car. I don't own a CD player anymore. I don't have a Walkman. Like, well, okay.
Everything's streaming now.
It is.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of bands are going to like a thumb drive, flash drive for their albums. And I've picked up a few of those, and everybody's got
Really,
a USB
they're like selling
port in their car.
USBs at their merch table, or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
I bought one from like a band called the Rifters, or kind of a local area.
Okay.
And they had like 6 albums on a flash
Wow.
drive.
Wow.
You know, it was a good
That's
price.
expensive.
And it's like,
Yeah. I was
so
going
it's
to say, hopefully they
take it
priced it
anywhere.
fairly for
Yeah.
themselves. Yeah, maybe next time you see us, we'll have a USB.
that is
for
a
you.
cool hat. Are you guys going to have any merch there at the Rose Fest?
Yeah, we do have some hats. We got some new bucket hats and beanies.
Got to get a sticker.
Some stickers. Yeah, we got
You got
tons of stickers.
stickers.
We have stickers galore. So, yeah, we'll hook you up there.
All right, we have our station office manager here. It's Jesse, and our famous DJ Rick White in the audience.
Love it.
Man. What else can you tell the audience about yourselves that you want them to know?
It's interesting what you asked previously is, you know, when you complimented our writing, which thank you so much, I immediately thought about my gratitude for Aubrey because I have skills that she doesn't and she has skills that I don't, and our collaboration together has really been a beautiful friendship, and she was probably the first person to encourage me to write songs. And so if there's anybody out there who needs just a little bit of encouragement or a little push to start writing, there are so many different ways to write music. And I'm a big journaler. I write a lot of things down to get it out of my body. And one of the coolest things that Aubrey said is you probably have hundreds of songs in your journals. Let's flip through them and see what comes through. So it's really lovely to have a partner to support you in your journey, and it can be a lonely business, but I'm really grateful for that permission slip to use my creativity in a different way.
Nice
When
job, Aubrey.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And, well, same thing when you said that earlier, Jim, of complimenting our songwriting skills and then saying that's a skill that you don't have. I would challenge that and say everybody has the skills to write songs. It's just whether you actually follow
I
through
haven't
with it
brought
or
it out
not.
yet.
Yeah, exactly.
See, she's so good at that.
I'm like, yeah, Jim, give us your journal and we'll find some songs.
I'll have to edit it a few times. So.
We'll play another tune if that's all right with you. We've got
Please, man.
this.
I'm delighted. So.
This was a tune off of our album Gold, and it's all about escaping the city life and getting out in nature. As we mentioned, nature is where we feel most aligned and just at peace, and that's kind of the essence of what this song is about. And this one's called Concrete Life. Out here, the world melts away. see with fresh eyes all the things I never realized. The concrete life, oh, the concrete life gets old sometimes. Gets old sometimes.
Wow, that's beautiful. Wow.
Oh, I love playing that one.
It's the right place.
Man, your album Gold that came out just about a year ago. Just a little over a year ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
April of 2021.
Did it really propel you into the limelight spotlight?
You know, it's interesting. I would say, so we really got our start at the end of 2018, beginning of 2019. In 2019, we like hit the ground running. We went on multiple tours that year. I think like 6, something crazy. And we were like going. Momentum was really behind us. We were playing a lot of different places. And then
The pandemic hit.
Well, we said at the end of 2019, we were both doing some, freelance stuff on the side, and we said we're gonna quit everything and just focus on music. We're gonna full send. 2020 is our year. Let's go. We had a big sellout show on January 4th of 2020 in Denver.
toured around Europe.
Yeah, we were in Europe at the end of February. I think we got back from that Europe tour on February 20th or something. And then within a week, London and Paris were the epicenters of the next, big wave, whatever. And we were just sitting there like, what?
What's happening?
And then right in the middle of March, when everything here started to kind of go cuckoo pants and get locked up.
I like that term. I'm going to borrow
Yeah,
that.
borrow it. Cuckoo pants. It was nutty. And that's when I went down to Telluride to quarantine with my partner, and Kathleen did the same. And it was just like, we don't really know what's going to happen. And it was, we thought maybe a couple weeks, a month max.
I'll see you soon.
And yeah, then and now that's where we live.
Everything shifted for us. We went from roommates to 6.5 hours apart, and I'm really grateful that we're both still in it. Like, we're both still very committed to this project, but it did throw us off course a little bit, I would say. So by the time we put this album out, we did most of the editing over Zoom.
Well, and I think we forgot to say we started recording that album in December of 2019.
Yeah.
And it took a lot longer than we thought to
As it does.
get everything, exactly where we wanted it. And I'm really grateful that we gave it the time to bloom. And by the time it came out, I'll speak for myself at least, I was like, wow, I can't wait for these to just be out, and I don't want to listen to them again.
Yeah.
Because during the process, you listen to them over and over and over and over. And it just, it's always nice to have new life breathed into the songs.
Yeah.
I'm from Oklahoma, bro.
Yeah, bro.
This is right
Bro,
there. So.
new life broken into these songs, which is what I feel as we get to do things like this. It's like, okay, cool, we get to share them in a new setting with people who have fresh ears. So thank you.
Well, thank
everyone
you
listening.
for one
Yeah.
during the pandemic. Thank you for doing the Zoom, concerts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm a live music nut, and when the pandemic shut everything down, I was like,
what do we do?
I wasn't doing well at all.
Yeah.
So the Zoom concerts, and I invested in a real good home stereo and everything, so it'd sound better and
that's
stuff. Then got
awesome.
it Venmo and PayPal, all this, so I could tip my
Oh,
artists.
Great.
But I'm kind of over Zoom
Oh,
concerts now.
Definitely.
It's like, I don't want to sit in my house in front of a big TV and watch this. I want to go live.
Something cool that we did to get creative in this time, because we were also doing the Zoom thing, but we weren't together. So we would trade off songs because we couldn't sing them together. It was really awkward.
There's no technology that exists where you can be in different places and sing real time together. And as a duo, that's kind of imperative to us. Like you were saying, the harmonies. I mean, sure, they sound great when it's just one of us, but we'd way rather it be both of us.
Yeah. So we got creative during the lockdown. I think it was probably like at least 6 months in, maybe a little more, but we decided to do a front yard, backyard tour around Denver. So we asked our friends and our fans on Instagram, who we call the Lady Mob, we asked who would be available to host us in their front yard or backyard. And then we did a little tour around Denver in different neighborhoods. And people came out on their front porches, they brought lawn chairs, all sort of social distanced. And the first time we did 7 shows in a day. Every hour on the hour, we went to a new neighborhood, and it was so
awesome.
fun.
It was amazing, and we were
like
exhausted by the end of the day. Both of us, voices barely hanging on by a thread, because it was also all just acoustic, unplugged, no sound equipment. But it was such a fun way to generate some joy and share live music again. Because the first one that we did was May 31st of 2020, and
I can't tell you how many people came up to us and were like, I didn't even know this hole was in my heart, and now it's being filled again. You know,
Tears
that
in their
experience
eyes,
of live music, of like, this is such a crucial part of life when you...
And it's healing.
It is.
The music's healing.
It is.
I'd like to think so.
There's a lot of local bands that did the same thing. You know, Blue Recluse comes to my mind right off. A blues band, they'd have a backyard concert.
Oh, cool.
And be kind of a music guy in town. I got invited to a lot of this stuff. Bring a lawn chair in the backyard, 6 feet apart, all that stuff. Wear a mask or whatever. But I was just so grateful just to, a block and a half, I hop on my bike, go over there and catch some live music. Yeah, and be around people 6 feet apart.
Yeah, feels good.
Did you guys remain healthy? You guys remained healthy throughout the thing and all that?
Yeah, I mean, I got COVID in November of 2020, and I haven't had it again.
No lingering
Knock on
effects.
some wood.
No,
Knock on something. Knock on a chicken. The hen right there.
Knock on this chicken.
I have no idea how I've kept from getting it.
Wow,
or anything,
nice.
Wow.
But, I don't
I
know.
feel like the longer this goes on, the more I realize we just have no idea what it is or what's going on, and I think just part of that has been embracing the unknown and as musicians whose job is literally to bring people together most of the time in tight quarters, like an intimate venue, to just get creative and start to shift thinking that, moving forward, success for us might not look like playing a ton of venues, right? Like it might be doing some more backyard shows and house shows. We toured the Midwest in November of 2019, and we did a whole living room tour where we were just set up in people's living rooms in these cities across the Midwest where we knew people and had community. And if you've never been to a living room concert, they're really, really magical.
They're very special.
You guys would be cool at a house concert.
Yeah,
That'd be
so
real
anybody
cool.
listening out there, if you ever want to host a house concert,
let us know.
Let us know. Yeah, Lady LVDY. You can just type that into Google and you'll find our contact information somewhere.
That would be very cool.
But on that note of getting creative and just trying to shift our thinking during the pandemic, we had this idea to write a song collectively with our followers on social media. So I had this riff that was stuck in my head on guitar. Every time I picked up a guitar, I would just play this riff. I don't know why, it was just stuck, and it was so beautiful to me, but I wasn't drawing any words. Like, usually if I play a riff, oftentimes how we write songs is I'll ask Kathleen, what do you hear? And she'll start to mumble something like a melody line that eventually becomes words, and that's how a lot of our songs start, and a lot of our songwriting process lies right there. So I posted this riff on Instagram. I posted this riff and just asked people on Instagram, what do you hear? Like, invited everyone to write a song with us. We wanted to use this kind of community crowdsourcing of lyrics to write a song. And that is the song that actually came out today, which is called The Divide.
Oh, I love this.
And so
you guys are in for a treat.
yeah, we got so many responses. We got DMs DMs, we got comments, and there was a woman who had actually recorded a couple videos over herself. Her name is Lindsay Bryant, and she had stacked these harmonies and then sent us this incredible melody line and lyrics that we were just blown away by that ended up becoming the melody line for all the verses. Verse 1 is mostly the words that she wrote. I think we tweaked like one word here or there. And we sat down with another local Colorado musician named Zach Heckendorf, who's absolutely incredible. If you've never heard of his music, check him out. And we wrote this song as kind of a massive collaboration, community power. And at the time, someone had said, "Oh, this reminds me of driving over the Continental Divide." We said, "Whoa, that's a cool idea." And so we took that term, the divide, and in its initial context meant the Continental Divide, find the other side of the divide. And as time passed and as we kind of sat on this song longer and longer, the divide came to represent so much more than that. I mean, I think right now we're seeing some of the biggest polarization we've seen in our country, as far as division of just, you know, othering people. It's us versus them, right versus wrong. And it just feels like a really complex time to be a human. And so in the chorus we say, you know, the space to find the other side of the divide. And while it initially meant Continental Divide, right now we're talking about the divide that we feel in humanity. So we'll give you the unplugged acoustic version of the divide just as it was written.
I'm smiling.
Me too.
Same.
So this is the riff that got posted.
Space
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
I was Googling the lyrics to that because I wanted to read the lyrics on it. It didn't come up yet.
Oh yeah, we'll get on
Yeah,
that.
well, we don't have a team submitting our lyrics, so we'll have to.
I Googled it. It's like, man, what a beautiful song. I want to read the lyrics.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that one is out today. You can find that one anywhere you stream your music.
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple Music.
And we were just talking about, I mean, it's probably our favorite release so far. And it feels cool to also witness our music evolving and still staying really true to where we came from and how we got started. But it's been a beautiful journey, so we're glad you like it.
Oh, yeah. Please play more. What else do you want to tell the audience? I'm kind of a loss for words because I'm just sitting here just
Soaking it in.
I'm soaking it in. I'm just like, wow. It's like
Thank
beautiful
Yeah.
music.
I mean, I think something that we're always just trying to convey and communicate to people is that your support means more to us than we could ever share, and it's a really vulnerable career path to go down. You know, we're writing little pieces of our heart into every song and hoping that people like it, but honestly listening and sharing and telling your friends and saying, oh, you know, I found this new band, I think you would love them. Like, that goes such a long way, especially for us as independent artists. As I mentioned when you asked about the lyrics, you know, we don't have a team of people. We're managing ourselves. We book ourselves. And so every little ounce of support goes such a long way. And it's all those little, you know, seeds that get planted along the way of the past 3 or 4 years that we've been doing this that end up blooming. And then, you know, playing a house concert and someone says, oh, come play in my living room. And we're the kind of people that we actually will take you up on that. We'll say, hey, you know, Jim, we met you in Salida, remember, at the radio station, and you said you had a house. Like, let's do that. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
So it really is, it's such a gratifying thing to do, and it's also a really scary and vulnerable thing to do. And we're just so grateful for the support that we've received along the way. And as Kathleen mentioned earlier, we call our friends and our fans and our followers the Lady Mob. So, Jim, welcome to the Lady Mob. Everyone listening, welcome to the Lady Mob.
Yay, Lady Mob.
And that's, did we tell the origin of how Lady came to be? Go for it.
I don't think so. So when Aubrey and I met in New Zealand in 2012, we played music together but had no real knowing, of course, that it would turn into playing together many years later. But I was working at a marketing agency, and I was like, I need a band name. And we were playing on the streets, and we were just doing it for fun. But we're like, we should pick a band name.
So I've never thought marketing agency is a pretty good place to crowdsource a band name.
It is.
Marketing minds all in one room.
Yeah.
Like, cool.
Yeah. And we had this group of gals that we were hanging out with a lot. And we called ourselves the Lady Mob. And he said, why don't you call yourselves Lady Mob, like your friends? And I was like, 2 girls singing acoustic folk music, calling ourselves Lady Mob. It doesn't quite line up, but...
It's more like a screamo
Yeah,
duo.
yeah.
The Lady Mob.
But I put my hand over the mob part because I wrote it down, and then Lady popped up, and it was just there, and I was like, oh, what about Lady? And then we flipped the A to a V because V is an historical symbol for womanhood, and there are 2 of us. Go ladies! Yes, exactly.
It worked out perfect.
It worked out really well, and we are, you know, we're feminists, and we support women, and we want to work with women and around women, and it's a really powerful time to be a woman right now, and we're big supporters of that. So it's been a beautiful, beautiful journey, and it also looks cool.
Yeah, marketing purposes, for real. It's
And earlier, yesterday, I was on the internet, and someone, the word female, Fe is a scientific symbol for iron. Female, iron.
I love that so much.
So it's like strong women,
We sure
empowered
are.
women.
We sure are. More power to
That's
it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
loving this lady energy right now.
Yes. Lady Mob. Lady Mob sparkle.
Yeah.
Sparkle and
Exactly.
shine.
Yes,
Sparkle and
sparkle and
shine.
Oh, yeah.
There was one other thing that I wanted to share. It's lost. It might come back to me. But
Maybe
play
if we,
another song?
we play a song.
Yeah. Great.
So, as we mentioned earlier, we recorded our next album in November of 2021, and we did that in a cabin right outside of St. Elmo, like kind of between Nathrop and St. Elmo. And it was such a beautiful,
Great vibes of
my gosh.
energy.
It
my
was
goodness.
truly just magical. And I don't know that we'll ever record in a studio again because it was just
Hard to
so.
get back.
It just everything was in flow, and we could take breaks when we needed to, and when we all needed to just step outside and breathe in the mountain air, we were able to do that, and it was amazing. Go on runs through the forest, like.
And we had song ideas and songs that were pretty fleshed out that we'd had in mind for a while. But, you can't force something in the studio. So we just said, whatever we finish, we'll be happy with.
Yeah, we were there for, I think, 9 days. And it was like, let's have this goal of these, I think, 10 songs that we took in. And if we don't get them, we don't get them. And if we do, that's awesome. And if we get more, sweet.
The magic must have been there because you got them done.
We did.
The magic happened.
And this was one that we had written, and I was reading a Cleo Wade poem. She's an amazing poet, and this poem was all about who am I when I'm not seeking. I think in our society, especially Western culture, productivity is the basis of everything, of self-worth, of how we make money, and it's like we're just constantly trying to be productive, and we're trying to do things, and we're seeking more, always, always, always. And so this poem gave me great pause of, well, who am I when I'm not seeking? I don't really know, because I've never really not been seeking something, because I'm always trying to get to the next thing, nose to the grindstone. So that's where this song came about. And again, you'll notice some similar words to lean in. Just returning to our breath is how we can begin every moment over again. And the song is called Begin Again. Who am I when I'm not seeking? When I got everything I need within my reaching. The whole world sits in the palm of my hand, and there's nothing left for me to understand. Tired of the pulling, pushing. Same old story, same old ending. And I think about how much time I'm spending. Breathe in. Breathe again. Who am I when I'm not wishing? Who am I? Calculating all the things I'm missing. What if I have all I need? Who am I? Who am I? Breathe in. Begin again. Breathe in. Begin again. What am I searching for? I've been down this road before. I trust my feet and let them lead. It's all in me. Breathe
grounding song. I could really relax and breathe in.
Oh, excited for you to hear the recorded version of that. There's violin in there, some like pulsing drums, and just, oh, it's so beautiful.
Guys, tonight, get out to IW, Independent Whitewater at Big Bend. It starts around 6 o'clock. Do you guys have a timeline of who plays at what time?
I do. Let me pull that up. I believe Tiff is going first, and let me find it.
Tiff, it will start around 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I think Tiff is like 6 to 7, and let's see. Okay, here we go. Between 4 and 5 p.m. 4 is when the doors open, so arrive and settle in. Tiffany Christopher is going to be playing from 5:30 to 6:30. We are on from 7 to 8, and then Julia Rose Studios with Joey Snow is from 8:30 to 10 p.m. And then there's a waffle disco from 10 to 11.
Ooh.
I don't really know what that means.
I am into it, whatever it is.
We're going to eat Belgian waffles while we listen to disco.
I am here for it.
I don't know. I made
I
that up.
hope that's true.
Is it like a silent disco?
Disco dance party. I don't know.
I'm always in for a disco dance party.
You gotta have a mirror ball,
At
though.
some point, if Lady could make a disco album, you never know.
You
never know.
Yeah.
You gotta get the gold lame pants, right?
Exactly.
Cat has those.
Disco balls,
You
yeah.
already have those.
I do.
The disco ball.
I have no further information on what the waffle disco is, but it honestly just sounds cool. So
Sounds cool.
you should be there. And this is the first ever Rose Fest put on by Julia Rose Studios that we're so grateful to be a part of. So
Well, I'm glad you told the time, and she starts at 5:30 because on social media it just says 6 o'clock.
okay, so 5:30
get
to
there early,
6:30.
get your
don't
chair
miss
set
that
up.
set.
Don't miss it.
And it's an all-female lineup.
Love to see it.
Strong,
Yeah.
powerful
Ladies.
females. I love it.
Yes,
That's right.
ladies.
So
Ladies, and they're all so talented. My gosh.
yeah, we're excited to be.
Thank you for coming to Salida.
Oh,
My
I was going to say we've
goodness.
never played in Salida, so we would love to have reason to return. I mean, Jim, you're reason enough to return. So we will
Thank you.
we will hopefully be back. And again, if you're just joining us, we're Lady, and we love to play house concerts, backyard concerts. So if that's your groove and your vibe, let us know, and we'll be back, no doubt.
Please do.
I think we got time for at least one, maybe two more.
We've got 8 minutes
Cool.
or something.
Cool. We've been releasing a lot of new music, but this is a song that was actually the title track of our debut album, and it's called Gold. And we wrote this song for one of our best friends in the whole wide world who was experiencing a period of darkness in her life. And I think we can all agree after these last 2 years of just intensity and strangeness and isolation, mental health matters more than ever. And so she was a roommate of ours at the time and just said to us, you guys, I'm not doing very well. I'm really struggling with my mental health, and I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And Kathleen's sister, who was also one of our roommates at the time, just said, well, we see your gold. Even if you can't see it, we all see it. And to us, she's one of the most beautiful, bright, bubbly, colorful, just truly golden people in our lives. And so we wanted to write her a song so that she would never forget it. And not just this is not just a song for her, it's a song for anyone who feels isolated, who feels alone right now. And it's also a reminder to all of us to check in on the people that we love. And as the conversation around mental health continues to grow, I think we all need to continue to talk about it. We really use our platform to talk about it and share about it and highlight the importance of not hiding it. And if you are struggling, there are plenty of resources out there. We're available as resources to point you in the right direction. And if you ever need the reminder, just put this song on.
It's very kind of you.
Yeah.
Music is medicine.
Yeah. This is a song called Gold. See it in your eyes. let you home and you never go. I see your gold. I feel your soul. Know that you're home and you're never alone. I see your gold. I feel your soul. Know that you're home and you're never alone. I see your gold. I feel your soul. Know that you're home and you're never alone. We will carry you home. We will carry you home.
Wow, what a beautiful song.
Wow, that
Brought
touches the
tears
heart.
to my eyes, man. I'm not crying, you're crying.
I'm
We are
crying.
crying, and that is
Man.
okay.
I'm
Yeah,
crying.
what an uplifting song. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you can find that one anywhere you listen to music as well. And all we ask is that if it makes you think of someone, please send it to them, because you never know what reaching out and touching into that person's heart can
What-
do for them.
What was the name of that song again?
Called Gold.
Gold.
Yeah.
I know a few people that could probably use that.
Yeah.
Guys, get out to IW, man. Get out there between 4 and 5. You know, you can go to Julia Rose Studios' website and purchase tickets, but also I know she has a Venmo there at the gate, and I know she'll take cash.
Oh, no
if you
doubt.
show up. So if you want to
We
do
won't say no
online
to money,
purchases,
so just bring your money.
but it's going to be a great 3 powerful lady groups,
Yay.
empowered women groups. I love it, man. We need more of you.
Thank you.
The men have screwed it up long enough. So.
Hey,
Agreed.
you said it, not me.
Yeah.
But,
Taking it back.
Taking it back, man. You have anything you want to close out with?
yeah,
We got
One more song?
yeah, we can definitely do one
Sure.
more.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we got our start as a musical group by busking on the streets of Denver and Boulder. So we would just open up our guitar case and play cover songs, and this became a cover song that we fell in love with playing. And it gets a little loud, so I'm going to take a step back.
what a cool thing to
Yeah.
stumble across 2 ladies busking on the streets. It's
Totally.
like, wow.
And you know, when you're busking, you have to sort of play songs that will catch people's attention. So we discovered this song, and the original artist is named Cobi, C-O-B-I, and we sort of made it into our own little lady version. So this is the acoustic version of "Don't You Cry for Me."
Yeah, we'll take it down to
We'll take it down.
to the radio studio version.
Yeah. If you see us on the street, it's a much bigger sound. Oh, got my hands up on my baby. Time put a rope around my head. Hang from the rafters of my feet. Dark in the eyes, I try to face the world. I can't bear to my knees, hit the ground, and my hands start shaking. Old feelings come, new faces go on the floor, and a poor man hanging. Please help me drop this string down. Hold me from underneath. Words never once cut me
cow.
You guys are in for a treat at Rose Fest tonight.
Thank you.
Guys, get out there around 4 and 5 and get your place set up.
Hang out
They're going
with
to
us.
start around 5:30. Tiffany, Christopher, 5:30.
Rain or
These
shine.
ladies are going to start around 7, and Julia Rose is going to be around 8:30.
Yeah, rain or shine, we are hardy Coloradans and we can handle it.
We can do
it. We hope to see you out tonight.
I will say, if you can give us a follow on any social media, that also really goes a long way. And it's such a weird world right now that everything is online, but it really does help us and supports us every little share and every little bit. So we'd love to see you tonight. And
Yeah, we are
hang
at
out.
LVDY.music on Instagram, LVDY on Facebook if you search that, and anywhere you listen to your music. So thank you so much, Jim, for
Thank
having
you for
us.
coming in,
Thank
and
you.
KHEN listeners, boy, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be on tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Be kind, be grateful, make somebody smile today.
Amen.
Love you, Salida.
We love
Thank
you too.
Legislative agenda. The emerging deal seeks to slash U.S. emissions.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
That was
That
so
was
fun.
so
Let's
fun.
put this away.
What I'm doing, I'm just
You
coming
are
here weekend. It's like,
You're doing
I
great.
think I need to write down some more questions. I'm thinking here, it's like, oh, what can I think of?
No, we filled the time. It was great.
Oh, it went good. Thank you so much.
You have such a
Made it
great
easy.
radio voice too. The moment you started talking, I was like, oh
Yeah,
yeah.
face made for radio.
No,
thank
all of it, all of it. Such a treat.
Well, it's just, Salida is the live music hub of Central Colorado. And no one's supporting it. And I was like,
What's that about?
we've
You
got
gotta
a
fix
corporate
that.
radio station, or 3 radio stations. They don't do anything for local music. You know, it's just like, this station. Until I got it, I was like, my God, I'll do a show. I'll support local music. Live music. Thank you for coming.
Local music.
You guys sounded
Oh,
great.
gotta stop it.